Do you have Rayquaza Vmax Alternate Art? No. I wouldn't buy him either. He's way overpriced right now. Moonbreon is way overpriced, guys. I promise you. Hear me today. He is overpriced. He will fall in price. He's still in print, everybody. He's still in print. There's a ridiculous number of them waiting to be pulled. And as they get pulled, the population on the card will go way up. And as the population goes way up, the value of the card will stay stagnant or even go down. It's overpriced, but I want it. There's a better time to buy it if you're patient, guys. You guys want to hear when you should buy that Moonbreon? I'm going to get a little piece of paper so we can talk about it, okay? Because you guys are all my besties, and I tell my besties what I think is the best time to buy a card. You guys want that Evolving Skies Umbreon Alternative Art Vmax. All right, and so the best time is when, first off, it's done being printed. Okay, that's step number one. They have to be done printing it. Why in the world would you buy a card that's still in print? Why would you spend so much money on a card that's still in print? It makes no sense to me, okay? So if you're getting him for around $400, that's about the price I would pay for him, is about $400. So it's not done being printed. So step number two, not much sealed boxes are left, or I could have said remain. So this is step number two. Most of the product needs to be opened, okay? Because one of the things that occurs over time, as time passes, more and more of your favorite booster box gets opened, which makes, by the way, makes the booster box rare. So the booster box becomes rare over time, but the Umbreon becomes less and less rare over time. So there's an inverse. There's an inverse between the slabs and the boxes. I'm Professor TCC right now. Okay, there's an inverse between boxes and slabs. Right now, booster boxes are very high. So the boxes population is extremely high and the slabs are very low. So right now there's a bazillion boxes to open and there's not that many slabs yet. Over time, this flips. Over time, it becomes low boxes and high slab pop. Over time, they change places. Does that make sense? So right now there's a lot of boxes and not a lot of slabs. Over time, they have an inverse where it becomes a few boxes remain and all the slabs have been graded. That's going to happen to every modern card, including Moonbreon. The last one, okay, last step. You ready? Step number 3. You buy it when it's not in the news. For the love of God, don't buy modern cards when they're trending. Are you crazy? You would be really stupid to buy a card that everyone is hyping and talking about. Everyone's going, oh my gosh, have you seen the price of Umbreon? It's going up so much. Yeah, because people are watching that news and they're getting FOMO, fear of missing out. They're getting FOMO like crazy and they're buying the card right at the height of it being talked in the news. You buy a card when everyone's forgotten about it. So step number 1, wait for it to be done printing. It's out of print. Step number 2, wait for a lot more of the product to be opened. And step number 3, wait for no one to remember the card. No one's even thinking about it. There's a lot of Pokemon cards like that right now. Cards nobody's thinking about, nobody's talking about. And so because of that, people aren't being alerted to go bid up the price of it. So if you don't follow these 3 rules, you're going to get killed buying a slab at the wrong price. So there you go. Mister, I'm not stupid. In other words, you got to be patient. Patience will be a payoff for you one day. Now, there's other slabs to buy. I would buy slabs that aren't in the news. Slabs that are vintage already because they're done being printed. Slabs where the population isn't going to go up that much more. Nah, don't listen to them. Buy immediately. Invest in Bidoof. This is really important to understand. Over time, the box population goes down and the slab population goes up. So some people say stuff like, oh, you should only buy boxes, right? Because boxes are always becoming more rare. I don't actually agree with that. I agree that you should be buying some slabs too, because some slabs are really beautiful. People who only buy boxes forget the reason there's a demand to open the box is because of the potential slabs you can pull out of it. If a box didn't have any cool cards in it, you know, nobody wants to open it. So that's kind of how it works. They're in tandem with each other. That's it. And if we look in here, here's a pristine Dark Vileplume for just $200. What? Go buy this card. Here's a perfect Darkrai from Platinum. It's graded perfect, and it costs less than a Moonbreon. There's just so many other options, And I also constantly show you guys cards that I like to buy, so you get an idea of what I'm buying at the time. You know, here's an out of print Final Fantasy called Ariana. She's one of those dragoons, right? So that's out of print. Here's a Jungle Pikachu. He's out of print. It's Pikachu, man. How do you go wrong with Pikachu? Tell me. But okay, so here's a Sabrina's Gengar. Unlimited Charizards are always fun. Here's a beautiful Espeon. So I get you guys product that I think is better than the Moonbreon. I could go get Moonbreon. I just think he's one of the worst purchases right now. Maybe he's a good card to make money off of as a seller, but as a buyer, you're going to buy this card at the top and watch it fall. Or you're going to watch a card that just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything, which is also a problem. Because you'd be better off at that point just owning sealed boxes of, like, I don't know, something that's getting opened rapidly. Like if you own sealed boxes of Roaring Skies, that's pretty good. I was looking at the price of Lost Origin today, and it's up at like 900. It was only like 700 last year. So it actually changed in price in a good way. Might as well show my friends here on YouTube. Look at all this. So here's some of the stuff I bought. Nobody's talking about this Tyranitar, or this Starmie, or this Dark Slowking, this Dusclops, this beautiful Charmander, this beautiful Jolteon, this Kabutops was Pop 11 and I own 4 of them. Everyone's talking about the new Giratina. What about the old Giratina? He's beautiful, man. And here's another Dragonite. So I don't buy cards that everyone's talking about. That would be dumb. You want to buy cards nobody's talking about. Because if nobody's talking about it, nobody thinks to go buy it. Whereas when everybody is talking about one card, the price just blows up. Ruben says there's currently 1,830 Moonbreons already. Yeah, and if you track that number is going to go to 4,000 in no time, just like Hidden Fate's Charizard. Did you guys know the SV49 Charizard, that beautiful SV49 Charizard? He's a pop like 4,200 now. I get it. People want them. Is now the time to buy them? No, because there's still a lot of Hidden Fates out there. And so I would wait for more of them to get pulled, more of them to get graded before buying one. So there's other cards that are much more rare that it's better to go after those for now. And then later you can still pick up that Charizard. With that logic, do you think it's still too early to buy a Hidden Fate Charizard? Yes, it's way too early. It's way too early. There are cards much older than that one that nobody's talking about, much lower pop. Go after those. Same with sealed product. So we open a lot of packs. Now listen, not everyone's buying Pokemon cards to make money. Not everyone's buying Pokemon cards based off of, oh, which card's going to become the most expensive over time. Some people are just having fun. So you want to open up some Evolving Skies, open some Evolving Skies. Maybe you pull Umbreon and flip them and whatever you do with them. I'll open one for myself right now. So, but if I was to point out on our menu some of the better things to open, Roaring Skies is up there. And you guys have seen it. If you've been here the last couple of nights, you've seen Roaring Skies give out some crazy good pulls. Pulls that can make you just as much money, and they're actually old. They're out of print. So that's a great set to go after. But we also put up other sets, like you guys saw Primal Clash over the last couple of days. That was fantastic. And then like 2 weeks ago, we were doing Rocket, we were doing Fossil, we were doing Gym Heroes. That stuff's actually really old. You definitely open that stuff. But you know, I am big on buying slabs too. Some guys think that you should only buy sealed product. I don't agree. My slabs have done very, very well. Some slabs have gone up in price faster than my actual sealed products. So, and that's just because slabs are what drives the hobby, in my opinion. Like if nobody wanted the slabs, why would anyone open the boosters? Electrode. What's up, Kyle Sexton? I'm doing pretty good. Lovely day. It's beautiful outside. I think it's cooling off a little bit out here. Oh, speaking of which, look at this Mega Latios EX. I feel a little silly because I just ordered a bunch of cards to finish my Battle Styles Master set. Yeah, and you know, you'll learn, you get better at it over time. Again, collecting can just be for fun. Collecting doesn't have to be, oh, I've got the card that's going up in price the most over time. But that's the other way of looking at it. That's the investor way of looking at it. You buy the cards that are rare first and the common cards later. guess what? Moonbreon's a common card. Whereas, maybe Espeon's not so common. Does that make sense? So just like that, why would you buy the common card first? Start with the rare card. Buy the rare card first. That makes way more sense. Hope all is well, says Pokebombs Tommy. Oh, Tommy, you shouldn't have.